something along the lines of like, whether it's like crazy police stories you've ever heard about, or here's what to do if you, then it can kind of go to like a narrative version, where it could be, here, that type of stuff. But I would say like I would like add a preview with like the most engaging stuff in like the first 30 seconds or a minute of the video to just get people
Mhm.
hooked in watching, and then go right into like a sharp intro. And then, however it's going to be narrated, whether it's going to be like list of like top 5 crazy incident at like a traffic light or whatever it may be. There's like a whole bunch of different things that you can, do. So I would say like leverage like the high demand, list of like top 5 crazy incident at like a traffic light or whatever it may be. There's like a whole bunch of content ideas that are within that niche. And then just like storyboarding and like the scripting process of like the videos, I think is also going to be like really important as well.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. No,
Okay.
I look forward to hearing about the progress. I think at some point too, I think that would be a really cool workshop for us to do in the community. Is like if we could get like I know a couple people that have like built some massive faceless YouTube channels, and I think if we could
Mm-hmm.
like a workshop, I think that'd be really cool because I haven't done it before, but I do know that like it's a really cool niche. So I'm
Yeah,
happy to maybe in like the next month or two we could try and get somebody on to do like a YouTube automation workworkshop because
that would be awesome. Yes, yes.
I think that'd be really cool.
All right. Well, I look forward to that. All right. Thank you, James.
Absolutely. Thank
Okay.
you.
All righty. Thank you, Yvonne. Appreciate you. Someone just asked me real quick. Diana just asked me, what will be the duration of a one-on-one mentorship call? So
1 second. Yvonne, Jack, I just realized we had a friend, Donovan. He did like something extremely similar. Jack, do you know the name of his channel? I could actually let me see real quick because I would I know that he actually just hit 100K actually. Jack may know it. Let me tell you real quick. It is, if you look up the channel, I know he's been doing really well. Let me see. Jack, if you know it, say it for me. I'm trying to find the name of it. It's gosh, what's the name of it? I can't even find the name of his channel. Because it's like a friend of ours, and he like crosses out like the name whenever he like posts it. So, oh, okay, Officer Johnson Official. So if you can look up Officer Johnson Official, this is our friend actually runs this channel. And yeah, Officer Johnson Official. And go to the channel if you can find the channel.
the
Oh,
WDFW.
no. This is the name of the channel. I don't know. Can you find channels? Is it possible to search?
Let's see. Filters. Channel.
Yeah.
Am I spelling it wrong or?
Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. No, I don't think you are. This is weird.
Okay. Just look up Officer Johnson, maybe.
Let me see real quick, guys. Give me a second.
You want to try using your screen, James?
Yeah, see, that's like the picture that it would be. Nah, because I can't even find it, to be honest, bro. I don't know if his channel got. I just know that yeah, Officer Johnson Official is let me see. Yeah, that should be it right there.
Yeah, but this only has like 1 sub, bro.
It's just Officer Johnson. Jack said it's Officer Johnson.
Officer Johnson on YouTube. Dude, I don't know.
Yeah, see, it says there's pages in it. That's it though.
Okay.
Yo, I know that Donovan's in the process of selling the channel. So he might have it like paused right now. So it might
Okay.
not be available to view.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I was trying to I know that that's
That was it, the link he was trying to click.
This one?
It's so what you were clicking on Google, that was it, but that is, I guess that's his backup channel right there.
Okay.
yeah.
So I mean, if you click on that, he might have a link to the other one, not that one, the other one.
Yeah. Well, so I think you're right, Jack, because Rahul, he sent a website, and if you go, that's like the website for his YouTube channel, and like you see any of the YouTube videos on there. So that was it. I was trying to like find one to give you like a good example, because I know that he's done stuff like super similar. But yeah, that would have been a cool one to do for sure. But yeah, let me see if I can actually. Yeah. Okay, so this is just to give you like an idea. Let me see if I can just like pull this up real quick. Give me a second, guys. Right here, I'm gonna screen share one more time. So this is it. Second. And give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna share right now the desktop real quick for you guys. So yeah, this was what the channel. This was a screenshot from his like Instagram highlights, but yeah, this is the channel right here. It's called Officer Johnson. But like, see like the thumbnails and like the title, like when kids realize they murder their siblings. I killed. Like this is an insane. Like, I mean, these are ridiculous right here. But like, that's like if I were you, Yvonne, like the concept that I would try to be like, going for is just stuff like that. This was the original channel, but yeah, I'm upset. I wish I could, pull up a video for it, but that was just to kind of like give an idea. But oh well, we couldn't find it. If I do find the channel again, I'll send you a link to it. And like I said, I will try and I think having a YouTube automation workshop would be really cool because there's a lot of people that have been doing really well off of that recently.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Love it. That was awesome. Jack just said, Dono Dane on IG is our friend that runs it. So you can check that out on IG too, guys. Also, James, real quick, dude, I saw the thumbnail test that the thumbnail that with you sitting, the 3 thumbnails that you showed us. I actually saw the one that performed the lowest on my YouTube feed. So that was pretty interesting, dude, because I didn't know that we could even test thumbnails like that. And then I'm like, whoa, that's crazy.
It's really cool. And I hopefully I've heard that the next one that they're going to do is split testing titles. I think if you can split test titles, I think that would be another great feature for YouTube to add that would make it even better for creators to potentially find, some more viral content naturally just by having the ability to do that. But yeah, it's super cool. Most people don't know that. But yeah, if you are posting YouTube videos and you have somebody making you thumbnails, like even if you just do 2, like just do different text because you never know. Like those tests were pretty dispersed. And if I had to only pick 2, I wouldn't have picked the one that was the winner. So it just kind of goes to show you just always have to, experiment and test. But I'll be back 10 seconds. You can get the next question ready. I just got to go to charger real quick. Give me a second.
For sure, yeah. Ryan, appreciate your patience. Thanks to everyone for your patience. You are next, my guy. So let's wait for James to come back. Also, guys, one thing I wanted to do real quick. Everybody, please turn on your cameras. Let's take a School of Mentors family photo. I think this is going to be super fun. Let me stop pinning. I'll wait for James to come back too so that we can all take this together. Let me see where he's at.
Excuse me, because at the moment I'm at work, so it's gonna be difficult for me.
You're good, man. If you're taking a shower, if you're on the toilet, don't turn your camera on. We don't want to see that.
No, I'm at work.
Okay, I got you, man. All right, let's wait for James, and we're gonna take this photo. But yeah, guys, appreciate everyone hopping on. This has been an awesome, awesome call, topped by one of the greatest in the social media game. Also, Jack, always refers to James, and I agree, as one of the greatest interviewers of our generation. And they've been speaking in Dubai. I think they spoke on a live stream that had like 1 million followers just watching, which was crazy. But yeah, James, Jack, we're taking a group photo, taking a School of Mentors family photo. So let's do it, guys. Alrighty. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, cool. Page 2, hold it. Page 2, everybody hold it. We got 4 pages of people to take photos of, so stay with me. There we go. Yep, good stuff. Page 3. All right, no one's on page 3 and page 4, but I'll take it anyway. Here we go. All right, cool. All righty, beautiful. I love this. This is great. We're building a nice family vibe. And now let me bring up Ryan. Go ahead, brother.
Thanks, Kai. Thanks, James and everybody. You talking to me, Kai?
Hold on. Let me see who I brought up. Yes.
Ryan Mannion.
2 different Ryans. We got 2 Ryans.
Ryan Mannion.
Gotcha.
Yeah, cool. I'm transitioning. I saw you guys transition basically, from doing different business models to this school model, which I think is brilliant. And I was just curious, if you own a brand that has like 100,000 followers, 10 years, a few different social channels, a few 100,000 followers, would you have made that same choice, that same transition? And I guess were there milestones to figure out, okay, this transition is going to happen based on like conversations?
So you're talking about like figuring out. So you pivoted.
I've got like an ad model and a brand partnership model that makes a few $100,000 a year, and looking to pivot to this model, actually this membership model that you guys are using under School. I just wasn't sure if your success was based on your size alone, or if you think smaller influencers can make a similar transition. And if so, what are those milestones to say, yeah, the marketing and the conversations are such that this pivot makes sense?
What type of content do you create?
Well, this is content for football players. So like ads for them.
Okay. For them, you said for like football players.
Yep.
Okay. So there's a couple things. I think that the community model makes a lot of sense, being that, you can still have, okay, I'm assuming you have like an agency right now.
It's just a social media brand that does about 100,000. Yeah, it's an ad agency.
Okay. And you're helping like football players and stuff like that with their ads.
Yeah, and their parents.
Okay. So then I would definitely say it does not hurt at all to do like the community model, and you can still do both. You've got 100,000 plus, followers, a presence in your on multiple channels. You have a solid foundation. You just need to ask yourself, right? Like, as far as like your audience engagement, like, are your followers, like, are they active? Are they engaged? Are they loyal? Like, or are they just like passive viewers? Like, that's the first thing that I would ask yourself. Then as far as like the content demand goes, like, would you say that there's like consistent interest in the niche that you're in that you think could translate into, paid education or community involvement? And then also, if you think you have enough credibility to teach or lead people within the industry, which it seems like you definitely do. And so if you kind of want to make that transition to, you want to make the decision to transition, since you have a following, it could be a smart move. It just depends on, I would say, like the monetization alignment and like the scaling potential, right? So like, does the current model that you're in, does it cap your income? Because in my opinion, I think that like the community models,
yes,
they're scalable because of that like recurring revenue side of things. So I would, the key milestones that I would consider for like a transition would be like engagement, like vanity metrics. So like, if your followers are, again, like I said, you're looking for that active commenting, the DMing, and the consuming the content, it's a sign that like they're invested and they might pay for like deeper value ultimately, which is like what you would want. And then two, like the demand like for knowledge, like are people asking for advice, tutorials, insights? Like the most common question that we got asked when we were running, you know, Hard Knocks was like, how can I connect with like people that you interview? That's the most common DM that we get, had gotten every single week. It would be from multiple people saying, how can I connect with this person? How can I do that? Right. So there was like a clear ask for that. Right. It shows that there was like a real like market demand for that. Right. So then your third milestone, I would say, like, again, like revenue diversification struggles. So like if you've maxed out the traditional revenue, like, you know, the ad rev, and if you've done good with sponsorships, like you said, you're making a couple $100,000 a year. I think, again, transitioning to it could definitely unlock different potentials. And, you know, expertise in your niche, you should, as long as you feel confident as, you know, as like a thought leader, and you can create like structured learning and facilitating, you know, the high value discussions and give people the advice that they need, the parents, whatever it may be, then I think it absolutely makes a lot of sense, right? The recurring revenue model is great. It creates predictable income. You're giving, you know, something transformative rather than relying on, you know, just algorithm driven attention. And again, having the community gives you like ownership of those people as well. So I think that if you can ask yourself all those questions, I think it can definitely make a lot of sense. Like I said, I would do a lot of like polling and stuff like that. You know, you could, you know, start small and, you know, get in, like I would start talking about it with a lot of people within your audience to see, you know, figure out like the demand for it. And then, you know, start making your audience aware of, you know, the value that you have to offer eventually when you do kind of like, you know, let that go. But I think that, you know, I would say that if I were you, I would probably do it as long as, you know, the signals are aligned with like the engagement, the demand, and like the scalability of it. I think if those three things are there, because the transition isn't just about like the follower count alone. It's about, you know, I would say, you know, the what's the best way to say it? Like the ability to, you know, transform your content into like the platform, the subscription model where like you think you can get people to join.
Thank you, James.
Absolutely. But does that make sense? Did that help answer?
Yeah, it was great. Thank you.
Yeah, good.
Love that. That was some great game. Just about like gauging the buy-in of your audience and how invested they are into you. I've always heard that it's better to have 1,000 true fans than it is to have like 1,000,000 people who just watch your stuff once in a while. So I love that. Next up, we got Harley. Harley, I'm gonna bring you up right now. Thanks for the question, Ryan. Harley, where you at, bro? Where'd you go? Oh, Harley, did you drop off? Okay, Harley's not here. So let's bring up Yeslam.
Yes. Hello.
Hey.
First of all, thank you very much, James. I really appreciate this entire seminar. My question is, I have a small community of 600 members, and I'm looking to make a small event focused on educational content. So I'll host some universities and hopefully some companies to come and give some workshops or some courses to these people. And my target audience is high school students. So I just want to know, what do you think is a good idea on how to monetize the event, and how do I increase or grow my community?
Okay. What platform is your community like hosted on?
Currently, it's on WhatsApp and Instagram only.
Okay, WhatsApp and Instagram. Is the community paid? Are people paying to be in the community, or is it just like?
No.
Okay. So a couple of different ways to monetize the event. So number one is going to obviously be sponsorships, right? So I would approach universities and companies, offer them the opportunity to sponsor the event in exchange for brand visibility, or, you know, giving them the ability to promote, you know, products that they have, right? So what you can offer them logo placements on banners, event materials, and digital platforms, right? You can also have, a speaking slot or a workshop session, to directly engage with students that one of them potentially may be able to host, or even, booths for like, you could have like booths at the event for, direct interactions with, students and parents, right? And then, in regards to when you're pitching like the value, like highlight that they can directly access, their future applicants, employees, or customers, whatever it may be. So for example, you could have like 3 sponsorship tiers. You could have like the bronze sponsor, which is $500 for like a logo placement only. Then you could have the silver sponsor, which is $1,000, right? Logo placement and a workshop session. And then you have like the gold sponsor, which is keynote speaking slot, premium logo placement booth, and a post-event shout out, right? And so, the next thing, if the event, to monetize the event, you could do ticket sales, right? So have an entry fee for the attendees that join to cover the cost of, what's going on, right? So it could be 5 to 10 for students, 15 to 20 for all parents, right? Include all access passes as well, where you could potentially like offer perks like, meeting workshop host, or, getting exclusive materials from the event, right? So you do all access pass. Merchandising is an option. And then I would say like any other like partnerships that you think that you may be able to do with like an educational platform, whatever it may be. I'm sure that there's a lot of people looking to sponsor, stuff like that and get involved with like local communities or whatever it may be. In regards to growing the community, I would say, you can leverage the current event that you're using, use it as, a marketing moment to attract new members in, promote the event on all your platforms online, create a lot of content like behind the scenes, countdowns, all that type of stuff that I would be doing. And you could even say like, if you do monetize your community, then you can say like, you can offer the attendees like a free community membership as like a part of the event registration, or like that's like, if you're going to like charge for the event, it's like, okay, you can go to the event for free. Or the people that go to the event, they get like free access to your community, right? And so, collaborate with schools and teachers. So, if you want to, partner with high schools to promote your community, you could partner with like a high school to promote the community as like a resource, because it seems like you're doing, I don't know exactly like what the event's for, even the community. I'm just trying to like think about different things. And then what type of content are you currently making? And I guess because I guess the first question I should ask you is like, what is the overall premise of the community? Is it for high school students that are trying to go to college or go get jobs? Like, what is it for?
It's primarily for high school students that are aiming to get into college.
Okay.
So for the past 3 months, I've just been giving them some seminars on how to pass certain tests. Like for example, the SAT in the Middle East, we have MMCAT. It's a standardized test. So yeah, I've just been trying to do things mainly online, but now I have a big enough base. So yeah. And
so a couple things in for sure. Like I would collaborate with schools, like, go to high schools and see if you can promote your community as a resource for the students. But then in regards to creating the content and growing the community, like I would be posting content on all the platforms, doing stuff like, here are my top 3 tips for college applicants. Here's what I wish I knew before I graduated high school. Here's how to choose a career path in 60 seconds. Those are all like ideas to kind of like get you thinking about the different realms of like the content that you could be making to like help promote the community. And then, you could even have like a referral program, right? So like if you launch a referral program, you can have, current members invite friends, and maybe you can give them like, smaller rewards, like gift cards, future event, shout outs, whatever it may be. I mean, just sort of stuff like that, man, that I would be kind of like trying to like lean into. And then just make sure like, it's important to like, I would stay active between events. So like if you have, you'd have like seminars, like I said, workshops in between, Q&A sessions with professionals. You could have, there's a whole bunch of different things, right? So be consistent, You know, you're providing value, which is great. And then like I would be building relationships with a lot of like the schools and stuff like that. Because education in general, man, like a lot of these school boards have crazy money. And there's just like a lot of opportunity all around there. So that's kind of what I would say in growing the community, and also in regards to like how I would monetize the event.
Thank you very much, by the way. I just have one small question. Who do you think are the best type of companies to go to? Like, should I go to big companies and ask them for sponsorships, or should I go and focus on smaller, more local companies?
You could try for both. I mean, like if I was going for bigger companies, I would be going for like Khan Academy. I would be going for Course Hero. I would be going for those types of companies if I was aiming bigger, which you definitely can. However, again, a lot of the bigger companies, you know, it's way easier to go in with a warm introduction than a cold intro, right? So, however, I would still reach out to 20, 30 different companies that you think would be a great fit for what you're doing. And then otherwise, you definitely can go local, right? You can, you know, if there's local, you know, Office Depot stores for like school supplies or whatever it may be. I mean, I'm sure there's a whole variety of different ways that you can go about it. I would do both local and think bigger. Bigger companies are going to have bigger budgets. They're going to have more money that they're willing to sponsor. But local people may be easier to get access to. So maybe you know, shoot for the stars, but worst case, you know, if you have to, you know, get some people local, I'm sure you can get a couple people to, you know, give you a couple $1,000 for some sponsorships or whatever it may be. But I think it's a great idea.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Welcome, brother.
Awesome. Thank you, Islam. James, how we doing on time, brother?
Good, bro. Keep them coming.
All right, cool. Next up, I actually missed Abby. Abby, I'm going to bring you up, man, because Abby submitted his question early, but it kind of got buried. So, Abby, go ahead, brother. Oh, you're muted, by the way, dude.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, it's all right. Thanks, Kai. It's Mr. Kai, we need to hook up again and talk, you know. Anyways, James, I have a couple questions for you. You know, I was wondering, because I'm new to all these digital marketing and internet marketing and all that. I was just wondering the best way to find the best affiliates, and how do you set it up? That would be my first question. And the next question is, as far as creating content, how do you get the best content to create that you can actually monetize? I know there's a lot of work that goes into it. You talk about thumbnails, you talk about a lot of other stuff, but for me, it's all about building ideas. It's all about, you know, there are lots of stuff online, like so many, like millions of content and millions of stuff that are not even you know, being monetized. So how do you really, I guess my question is, whatever content you are able to build on, how do you actually monetize on it? How do you need a special training for this? And I would imagine it's gonna need some financing for marketing and stuff like that.
So I guess it was like a two-part question. What was the first one? I'm trying to remember. What was the first question that you had asked?
Sorry about that. You know, affiliate marketing, the best way to get the best affiliate partners to partner with, and as far as setting it up and monetization.
Absolutely. Yeah. Affiliate marketing is great. So pretty much there's a whole bunch of platforms out there, ClickBank, Amazon, where you can pretty much sign up to be an affiliate for certain products. So this is best where if you're making content, let's say that you're making a lot of content about reading, or even if you're making educational content about business, you can, you know, become an affiliate through TikTok Shop or one of the platforms where you have like a designated link in your bio where you can have, you're creating content about a particular thing, let's say in this case, a book, and you're an affiliate for that specific book. Well, if somebody purchases the book through your link in bio or through your, you know, TikTok video, you get a percentage of the revenue that you make off of that. Now, obviously books is just one example. There's a whole bunch of different products. I know that there's affiliate links for like cameras. So like if I was a creator and I was talking about how to go viral on social media, well, every once in a while, if I could get an affiliate link for like Sony cameras, which are like $1,000, well, if you sell one of those cameras, two of those cameras, you make a couple $100. So I think that it really just kind of comes down to what exactly like you want to be posting, the niche that you want to be involved in. And then once you have that idea, then you can, come up with the different ways to, explode, the affiliate marketing. So, and then you had kind of like a follow-up question to that.
Yes, I had a follow-up question to that. Then the marketing aspect as far as monetization. And, it was a two-part question, right? As far as monetization, how do you really market it in such a way that you will, I guess you will have to have some certain number of subscribers, in order to be able to monetize? If you don't, you have to reach a number of subscribers in order to monetize.
So here's the thing about affiliate marketing is you don't have to have a certain amount of subscribers. Now there's certain companies, certain brands, certain products where they're specific on only allowing certain influencers or creators to actually be affiliates for them. However, there's a lot of different companies and platforms and where they allow anybody to just sign up to be an affiliate to where, hey, they're like, they want their product pushed, so you can go do it for them. So again, let's, in regards to affiliate, a couple of things. Number one, you want to find companies that align with your audience's interest, right? So promote products that are going to solve your audience's problems and align with their goals. So if your audience is full of entrepreneurs, once again, you can promote like ClickFunnels or Kajabi or other business softwares, right? The second thing is I would look for high ticket programs, programs offering, recurring commissions, whether it's like, could be like SaaS tools, which are like software companies, such as, ConvertKit or Teachable. High ticket items is really what's going to maximize your earnings. So whatever the niche that you're in, I would be looking for more of like the high commission programs. And then you can also join, I would join networks as well. So you can sign up for affiliate networks. Like I think Amazon Associates is a good one. I would do, I think CJ Affiliate is another one. And then maybe, there's direct brand affiliate programs like Skillshare. So there's a couple credible networks that I would definitely, that I would do, right? But in regards to marketing it, again, you want to be creating a lot of value-driven content. So tutorials, how the product works, and what is like that specific problems that it's actually solving, right? Do a lot of reviews, and I think what I've seen that works the best with like affiliate marketing is stuff like that. I'll just give you an example. Somebody mentioned on here, I think it was Renee. She's in like the health space, and there's a lot of products out there in today's world, such as like CMOS, for example, where and again, this isn't a reply to me, but like this is just an example that I'm giving you. So like CMOS is like something that people can buy from various platforms or whatever. But this is like a product that you could be an affiliate for. I just want to give you an example here of like how I would market it. So with people that smoke a lot, right? Whether it be weed, tobacco, whatever it may be, obviously their lungs are not necessarily like super clear. Well, CMOS is known, I guess, for being one of those things that can like help clear people's like lungs. And so I've seen people make videos talking about like your lungs look like this, and it's like a picture of somebody with like just straight black lungs. And then they go right into talking about how, however, if you want to get it like this in 60 days, then I have this for you. And then you sell the product being CMOS. You talk about that it can clear it up, all the other benefits that it can do for you. Kai mentioned it was great for stamina, but like that's what I would do. And you hit the pain point, but you do it in a way by saying like, I would start the video off with like a crazy hook, like your lungs look like this, or your lungs are black, like, and just to like show, and you show like a picture, you show like a green screen for the background to like, that's just an example. But there's like but like I would do that, right? I've seen people that do it with like, various like sleep testing devices where they talk about, there's a whole bunch of different ways and like things that you can get into. But again, if you're creating a lot of value-driven content by showing the pain points very early on, I think that would be the best way to do it. And then double down. If you're on Instagram, make sure you're posting stories, you're doing reels, you're doing absolutely everything. So I think that's kind of what I would do. And you just market as effectively as possible. So if you're talking about if you're focusing on educating the audience about, let's just say, for example, you're educating your audience about the problem that affiliate marketing solves. Well, say, here are the 3 biggest problems entrepreneurs make when growing an email list. And then you link them to ConvertKit, which is, a problem that could help them with that. So that's just an example on kind of the marketing side of things, the niche, the realm that I would focus on. I would say high ticket, post stuff that you're passionate about that's in a good performing niche. And that's how I would grow it, brother.
All right. Thank you very much. You answered my question. Thank you.
Man, I'm glad it helped. You're muted, Kai.
All right. Thanks for coming up, Abby. Love the game, James. Do you need a drink of water, brother? Good?
All good, bro.
All right, cool. Next up, we got Mr. Rahul. Rahul, welcome up, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
For sure.
Yeah, so yeah, James, I know we talked a little bit before when I joined the community, and this is actually a question around my the podcast. So how can sponsorships and partnerships be structured to maximize revenue while staying authentic to a podcast brand? And what tools or strategies would you recommend to optimize discoverability when re-uploading content during a pivot to ensure the changes resonate with the existing audience?
Okay, so your first one was talking about, let's just start with the first one. You were talking about getting podcasts sponsorships, but maintaining, maximizing revenue while staying authentic is what you're saying.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty much the question. Yeah.
Okay. So absolutely. So first things first, keep the partnerships aligned with the audience that you have, right? So, sponsors, they should definitely match the podcast niche that you're in. And the audience does matter. So, authenticity matters more than big payouts. I think that would be a really good way to look at it, right? So if your podcast focuses on entrepreneurship, which I know it does, partner with, productivity tools, business platforms, self-improvement brands, stuff like that, right? And, you could even survey your audience, ask the listeners what products or services that they value, use that data to pitch brands. That's something that I've seen people do as well. So if you've got a good engaged community, a good engaged audience, well, if people are talking about certain, products that they use, services that they use, then you can actually use that data to go ahead and pitch brands. And so then you could offer, tiered sponsorship packages. So you could do pre-roll, mid-roll, post-roll ads, where they're paying for a couple different, segments throughout, or they're just doing mid-rolls, or they can just do so there's a couple different tiers. I would get really good at productizing the offer that you're bringing to brands. And that's something that I think creators really need to do a good job of is if you have a newsletter, you have Instagram, you have YouTube, you have all these different platforms, think about different ways that you can kind of productize that offer to where when you're taking it to the brand, you'll give them, a YouTube integration for a minute, but then you'll also give them a placement in your newsletter, or, you'll give them 2 integrations, whatever it may be. But that way you can cater to brands with, different budgets. And then also I would say in regards to the authenticity and the and maintaining wanting to monetize, integrate the ads as naturally as possible. So, I would script the ads to make them feel just they're part of the conversation. So, share a personal experience, if you can, using that product, if it can come up organically, those are the best converting ads. And any brand will say that instead of a generic script. Now, if you have to do it to where it can't be just brought up in a conversation, and it has to be done in a way where it cuts in the middle of the video, or in the first couple minutes, whatever it may be, then just make the script as relevant as possible and engaging. But I would use phrases I personally love how this company has helped with, you know, such and such, right? So that's kind of what I would, you know, do. And yeah, that's what I would do for that. And then the second one you said was optimize, like pretty much like optimizing, like how to be like discoverable, like even during a pivot, right? That's kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah, like in terms of like pivoting and like re-uploading all the episodes back on all major streaming platforms, like how would you go about that process,
Okay.
like doing reels or yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say it one last time, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, I was saying pretty much I was trying to figure out a way, like, you know, I've seen like your TikToks, like for example, like how you put different reels up on like TikTok or like Instagram. So in terms of like re-uploading all my episodes back on all major streaming platforms, how would you like what would you suggest like moving forward in terms of attracting a larger audience?
So you're saying, okay, so like you're putting something up on like you're putting it up on like all platforms, right?
Yeah, pretty like Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, yeah, YouTube, and then TikTok. All major streaming.
Was asking how to repurpose his podcast content for other platforms.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So I would say, do you have an editor for like short form?
I used to work with Ruckus Sound Radio and Dash Radio in LA, but now
Okay.
I'm doing myself at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely, that's the first thing that I would get, especially if you're trying to repurpose content, bro. Like you do not want to be sifting through a podcast trying to like clip videos for like all the platforms. I would get a good crafty short form editor that can get you 5 to 10 different and I think, let me see what Ron says right here, because I think he's saying something that I was going to bring up. Okay, I like that. But yeah, I mean, there's also AI platforms out there that can actually clip the videos for you. I personally am a bit more hands-on with my content. So for that reason, like I like to like know exactly what content's getting clipped before like I like have somebody else do it. But if they're like a really like smart editor and like they have, and you want to give them that creative freedom to just make you clips and make you engaging videos, then I would like definitely do that. But I think that, yeah, I would get a talented like short form editor that can go through the podcast, clip it, and then you're putting that on LinkedIn, you're putting it on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you're putting it on all platforms. So I think that's just gonna, and that's the best way to like market a podcast is through like a short form video. Like the best thing is whenever you post a clip from a podcast that goes viral and everybody goes, "Where's the full video?" Well, you pin that comment and you put, you know, either the link to that video, or you say the links in the bio, or the video's on YouTube titled boom, or it's our most recent video on our YouTube channel, like whatever it may be. So I think that, yeah, but I think, you know, clipping it, having somebody do that for you is going to be the best way to get that content sent out to a big audience.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. And I mean, I guess also, do you recommend adding those like AI clips where like for like when the words pop up and like say I'm talking and the guest is talking, like yeah, those big words that pop up when we're talking. Yeah, like the text. Yeah.
Absolutely, you have to. Absolutely, yes, 1,000,000%. Because again, like the thing is like putting text on, putting certain audios on, like that can significantly increase engagement like crazy. And you also got to realize, there's a crazy statistic. Let me see if I can find it. But I think it's like 40% of social media users watch videos without sound. It's something crazy, bro. Let me I'm gonna actually find it for you right now. I can find it for you. It is where is this at? Where is it at? I can tell you. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, yeah, 40% of Instagram users watch videos without sound, 80% on Facebook. 80% users on Facebook watch videos without sound. So captions can boost views by like 40%. So I would 100% have like subtitles that come up. You have to, for sure. And how you edit that kind of comes down to like the brand that you want to create. But I would just find, you know, the best thing that I would do when I'm finding an editor is, before you hire somebody full time, like make sure that they can like make the type of content that you want. And most editors will like give you like a video for free to like show you like their editing style and make sure that you guys are like a good fit. But I would definitely like do that for sure. For sure.
Love it.
Yeah. Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks so much.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Thank you, Rahul. Just to reiterate, guys, James just said that 40% of people on Instagram watch their videos without having their sound on. So having those subtitles will help grab their attention and let them know what your video is actually about, because their sound is off. So just to connect that. And he said 80% on Facebook, which is pretty mind-blowing. Next up, we got Mr. AJ. Appreciate your patience, brother. You are up.
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. So mine's a little bit different. So I got a brick and mortar store, and I want to, get more foot traffic. And I also got a YouTube channel that's connected, same name as the store, and all of our social medias are all the same. But I'm trying to see what you recommend for a brick and mortar shop. How can I leverage? I got 2,000 followers on YouTube, on my YouTube page, or 2,000 subscribers. We just hit that, but how I would leverage that to get more foot traffic into my store.
Okay, so couple things. Are you on any of like the other like short form platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, any of those?
So I'm on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on all those right there.
Okay, and so what type of store is it? I'm just curious. I know you said brick and mortar, but what type of store is it?
Yeah, it's a fishing shop. I'm actually in here right now.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's super dope. Okay. Yeah, I have a couple ideas. So for starters, the one thing I've noticed about like the short form algorithms, and particularly the platforms on Instagram and TikTok, is that they are extremely good at geographical location pushing, meaning that if you're creating content in a certain city and you get very specific about that within your video and in the text of your video, it has a much higher chance of getting pushed out to people from that location versus anywhere else. That's why, for example, I was in Dubai all this past week. But by the second or third day that I was in Dubai, my entire Explore feed, my entire For You page was content about stuff going on in Dubai, or like humorous Dubai content. So it just goes to show how quickly it changes too based on where you are. So what city do you live in?
So we're right here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay, shout out Texas. I'm in Austin. That's a great market for Fort Worth. There's a lot of people that are fishing out there. You know what I mean? So it's smart, great location. A lot of people are fishing out there. I would be making a lot of content about, being that you're in the Fort Worth area. And also, if you can do like just some due diligence and look up, like if there's any, which I'm sure that there's a ton, like Fort Worth, like Instagram pages, for example, there's like 365 Austin. There's like Austin. There's like 10 different like Austin themed pages where these creators have built their followings to tens or hundreds of thousands of followers. They just post events that are happening in the city, new restaurants opening up, all that stuff. And what you could do is you could look up a list of 5 to 10 different, pages that are focused in Fort Worth. And I would primarily say on Instagram, because Instagram's the best platform for building community. You're going to have a much better chance of building community and driving traffic, I think, through Instagram, because there's a lot more theme pages, being that a lot of these theme pages post static content. Static content, meaning it's like, not only are they posting videos, but they're also posting like static headlines or posts. I would reach out to 10 to 20 of these accounts on Instagram that are like, look at the biggest Fort Worth specific channels. Prime example, I'm going to pull up Instagram right now, right? We're going to pull up Instagram. We're just look up Fort Worth, right? And so, let's see, Fort Worth events, whatever it may be. I'd have to do a little bit of like, or actually, I guess it would be, let's see, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let me see. I'm sure I could find something good. Okay, prime example, right? Like Dallas, Texas TV, right? 1.4 million followers. And, you can, I'm sure like I would just have to like look it up, and it'd probably take a bit of time, but I would be like trying to compile a list of like 10 to 20 different pages that are in Dallas. And what you could do is you could either offer them an incentive where, hey, if they have a sizable following, you could offer them the ability to come by and give them a free piece of equipment. Or you know, maybe some of them, they do have to maybe a little bit of a fee, but maybe that marketing really is worth it because maybe they're able to drive some good traffic. That's why I would probably like vet the page. I would see, maybe look at who are their audiences a bit more, being that it's fishing, probably would cater a little bit more towards men. But I think that that's definitely a step that I would do. Would be reaching out to compiling a list of the Dallas Fort Worth pages, and I would be reaching out to a lot of them to figure out a way, how could you guys partner? How could you do an event? How could you do, you know, something like that together, right? And figure out a couple different ways. In regards to like creating the content itself, like I said, the short form ones in particular, Instagram and TikTok, are great at putting the geographical location in front of people that need to consume it. Being that you're brick and mortar, I would be leveraging into the fact that you are in the Dallas Fort Worth area, talking about like, we've got the best store for this here. But I wouldn't even lead with that. I would lead a lot more with like the fishing content, talking about the stuff that you have, right? So I would post content talking about what makes the store unique. You know, if there's behind the scenes tours, maybe if there's something interesting going on there, if you can post like walkthroughs or customer testimonials, like have a customer to talk about an experience, or like if they're down for it. I mean, get crafty, get creative with it. And then like, if you do, like I said, any like live events or promotions, like just make sure that you like document it. So if I was like a coffee store, I would do like live coffee hour tasting, you know, this Saturday, and I would like document all of it. But then like, if you are like, you know, more like on like the YouTube route as well, you know, create YouTube only promotions. So like if you know, you could, you know, share exclusive discount codes to all of them and stuff like that. And maybe even like, you know, find a way to like gamify the engagement a little bit. But I think that those are probably some things that I would do. And then just like I said, definitely with YouTube is like optimizing for like the local SEO. So like using location-based keywords in the descriptions or the titles of the videos, you know, best fishing store in all of the city, you know. I think that would be, you know, really important. And then just if you can build like a community around like the YouTube brand as well. And that's the other thing as well. So like, what type of content are you posting on YouTube?
So it's funny because the first video I ever posted was a mosquito fogger hack that I made. I actually built one, and it's got over like 100,000 followers, or I got 100,000 views on that one. And then I started switching up to doing fishing content, but I've been doing fishing content on that YouTube channel now for a while, because I've been trying to do that pivot. And it's like you said, you don't know how long it's going to take, but I've been getting more and more people that are now like geared towards the fishing. But I didn't lose a lot of subscribers from doing the pivot or whatever, because I still had like some how-to videos on there. But right now, yeah, now, especially that we got the store, we're just doing pure fishing content now. Like, I actually go out fishing and do the whole, you know, GoPro thing and all that stuff.
I like that. Yeah, I would get as like creative with it as possible. Because that's the thing, is like, especially like the end goal is to drive revenue for the business. But like, you know, you can monetize the channel itself and get sponsorships, but then also, you know, you can easily plug in. That's why I would say like with like the SEO, be really diligent about including of like where it actually is. So that way, like, you know, you can drive a lot of like traffic to the store itself. But I would say long form, you could probably focus a lot more on like the lifestyle content. You know, if you want to do like a contest with like some of you and your boys, get a couple of the guys together, go do like a contest, you know, make it fun, like get people, you know, in on it to buy into you as the brand, as the guy that owns the store itself. And then I would say, like I said, short form though, I would definitely partner up with a lot of like local pages in Dallas, Fort Worth, you know, either put on an event, either have them do a promotion for you where you give them like a free piece of equipment, or if they're like, hey, it'll be like a couple $100, whatever it may be. I think a lot of those places are a lot more like flexible too on different promotions and stuff like that. And you know, maybe you can work out a deal with them. Some people are going to be dickheads. Some people you're not going to be able to really like figure something out with necessarily. But I would definitely do that approach. And the reason why is because especially like, you know, if somebody was like a food truck, or they just opened up like a new restaurant, that's like, you know, and they're in Austin, I'm like, go to Austin Foodie, go to like Austin Eats, and go, because if they make one video and it does well, it's like, dude, you're gonna get hella traffic. Like, you make the most presentable food for them to like look at, and you know, that's what's gonna drive the business ultimately, right? So that's what I would do.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Absolutely, bro.
I love that. I wanted to chime in real quick too on that. Neil Patel, I think he told you, James, like the highest ROI is those micro influencers in that like 10.
It's like a 33% return on investment. And like I said, they were super flexible. So like most, local pages.
How do I find those guys?
It's not that hard, man. Like I said, I would just you can just search a whole bunch of different keywords. Like you could do like Dallas fishing or Texas fishing, or you could be you could probably go to Safari, go to Google, and you could just look up, Dallas-based Instagram accounts. And what you'll find is like a lot of like different like blogs that are like affiliated with, this Instagram channel where like they are only making content about events, new restaurants, new openings, stuff like that coming to Fort Worth and Dallas. Just a bit of research, if you spent 30 minutes to an hour, I guarantee you could come up with 10 to 20 different accounts that are in the Dallas Fort Worth area where, like I said, like they're promoting a lot of different like companies, a lot of different stores and stuff like that. And being that it's, like I said, brick and mortar, I think that combined with the short form content would be like a great way to, drive some good traffic to the store.
Heck yeah. AJ, I also wanted to share this with you too. I just watched this YouTube video on Mind Valley with this guy named 𝐏𝐀𝐑𝐓, who built $1 billion companies before turning 31. Basically, his friend wanted to compete with Starbucks. And he turned the number one failing cafe into the number one coffee spot in LA in just 2 weeks. And how he did it was he basically printed out like a billboard that said, hey, if you come into our store, we're giving away like a free coffee for 1 year. If you just sign your name, you can be entered into this raffle to have free coffee for an entire year. Now, that drove a whole ton of traffic to his store. A lot of people signed up for this sweepstake. They put in their name and they put in their email and they put in their number. And then this guy leveraged those numbers and emails to get testimonials. Within 2 weeks, he had over 1,000 5-star testimonials on his coffee shop, driving it to the number one in all of LA, destroying Starbucks. And he set up a system where the 5-star reviews, if it was a 5-star, it would drive the person directly to their Google reviews so they could leave a 5-star review on Google. And then 4 and under reviews just stayed within the email system that he set up. So, dude, if you can find a way to do that, I could try, and I would love to get James's feedback on this too. You could put together something on social media. I love it. And just say like, hey guys, we're running a sweepstake. If you come to the shop today or within the next week and just sign up for this sweepstake, you have the chance to win free fishing gear for a year with like 2 rods, blah, 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 blah. And dude, you get a whole bunch of numbers, get a bunch of emails, outreach to them, ask them about their experience at the store, collect those testimonials, and then, dude, you'll be like the number one rated on Google. 𝐏𝐀𝐑𝐓, this guy just crushed it on this, so I thought I'd share that with you. But I wanted to get James's feedback too, because I'm not an expert. I just saw that. I was very impressed with that tactic. Yeah. James, did you hear that?
I didn't, bro. I was in the bathroom. I didn't hear. That's my bad, bro. I thought you were just responding to him. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no worries, bro. Basically, this guy, 𝐏𝐀𝐑𝐓, he turned a failing coffee shop in LA into the number one coffee shop in 2 weeks. He printed out this billboard and said, hey, if you guys come to the store, sign up for this sweepstake, you could win free coffee for 1 year. And in getting that sweepstake, they have to share their email and their number. And then Carl reached out to those people and collected reviews. And within like a week or 2 weeks, bro, he had over 1,000 5-star Google reviews for this coffee shop. And he set up a system where if it was a 5-star review, it drove them to their Google Maps page. They could leave a review directly there. If it was 4 and under, it stayed within the email system. And I was thinking that AJ could run something like that for his fishing company. Like, hey, he could make a short form video. Hey guys, if you drop by within the next week and sign up for our sweepstake, you could win free fishing gear for 1 year, including like 2 rods, 5 boxes of tackle whenever, and just come. And then he collects like hundreds or thousands of emails and phone numbers, and then reaches out and then gets those testimonials. And then he's number.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't even have to be for a year. You know what I mean? Like it could literally be like, they get like a crazy like bundle for free. And like, even that's probably going to drive a good amount of like traffic as well. Being that it's like a coffee shop, they can probably, afford to do, free coffee for a person or however many people per year. But I think that's great. I love that. I think that was well said, Kai. I like that.
Let's go. Heck yeah. All right. Next up, we got Micah. Micah, welcome up. Micah is our awesome member. Micah, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to ask and for the input. I really appreciate. Yes, I wanted to ask, when I'm about to starting a brand and like still working on the positioning and not so clear about the target, about the how do you say it, the group to reach. Would you suggest to focus first on really sharpen this target avatar, or would you like still building a social audience and looking for growth on Instagram, for example? Yes. Or would you say, okay, first get clear what you want to do and what to offer, and then afterwards become visible?
Okay, great question. Seriously. I would say first thing that I would say is I would sharpen your target avatar first, but I wouldn't wait too long. So why? Because like building a social audience without a clear target can lead to like unfocused content that does attract the wrong audience, and that makes it harder to monetize later. So how would I start defining your avatar right now would be, what specific problems will your brand solve and for who? What aspirations or desires does my ideal audience have? And then also like what age, location, job, lifestyle would, the people in your, ideal avatar likely have? And, you can test narrow niches. So you could start with 1 to 2 target groups that you think would be the most interested in your brand, and you can refine it as you grow. That's what a lot of people do. So you start with, 1 or 2 different kind of groups that you think would be the most interested, and you kind of can tweak things, pivot a little bit as you grow. So the next thing would be, you want to build the social audience while you test and you learn. So I would say like content first, and you can perfect it later. So again, start posting content that is, aligned with your, best guess of your target audience, the needs and desires that they have, and also what you want to post. And you'll gain those insights as you go. So like, just as an example, if you are selling fitness gear, but you don't know your exact avatar, you could post content for beginners as well as experienced athletes, but you can kind of like monitor like which audience does engage more. And so, I would start, like I said, on all platforms, but then you can kind of like, beyond that, once you kind of start to get an idea, then you can, build the engaged audience based on, focusing on, like the value, right? So again, you want to be giving educational tips, entertaining content, relatable content, inspirational stuff within the niche. Even if the target isn't necessarily fully defined yet, like just offer value. Like that's like one of the biggest things that you can do. And then again, like just refining the target audience through engagement. So like just watch what works, like which content is getting the most engagement. So if, posts are targeting young professionals, outperform those aimed at students, then lean into that group, right? So a little bit of it's going to be testing, finding that, but I wouldn't like procrastinate or hesitate to like start making content. I would have a good idea of the avatar and maybe what a potential group or alternative one looks like. And then you can always like pivot along the way. But position yourself by, defining your brand voice, right? So even if your audience isn't fully established yet, or fully defined yet, you can, establish your tone, the values, right? What does your brand stand for? Whether it's, self-improvement, whether it's luxury, sustainability, whatever it may be. And then the tone, are you going to be professional? You're going to be casual. You're going to be humorous. You're going to be motivational, whatever it may be. So I think that those are like a couple of different things that I would like focus on. And does that kind of make sense?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, awesome. Thank you so much, Micah. Let's see what we got next.
Thank you so much.
We got Benaya.
Hey, what's up, James? Appreciate you doing this, man. I just had a very quick question. I'm starting a sports channel for YouTube, and so I was watching you guys' videos, and I just had a question about them. So, how much film do you guys need in total for your video, before cutting it down to the 15 to 30-minute mark that you guys usually keep your videos at? Like how much film is enough? And then also, what determines what makes like the final cut of your videos on YouTube? Like, is it the value that the person's giving, or is it more so how entertaining they are, like how viral what they're saying can be?
Great question, bro. And you said that you're going to be doing sports content. Is it going to be highlights? Is it going to be interviews at sport events? What exactly is it?
So it can be a mixture of a bunch of things. Like it's going to be mostly on basketball and football, but it's going to be mostly like me and my friends playing basketball, us talking about basketball, talking to other fans about basketball, giving their takes and stuff. So it's really like I don't know how much film we're gonna need, because you was talking about earlier you wanted it to be 8 minutes long, the YouTube video, to get that extra ad revenue. So like how much time do I need of film before I cut it down to that, to where it's like, okay, this is enough we can work with. And then the second part was like, do I just post what's I know it's gonna be viral? Like let's say someone gives a bad take, about the NBA or something like that. I know that it's not right, but I know if I post it, everyone's gonna argue in the comments and da da da. So do I post that stuff, or is it like, should I focus more on the value that the person is giving?
What was the last part that you said? I'm sorry.
Like how viral the clip can be. Like, when you are posting for your YouTube channel, like, are you looking at, okay, I know this person said something and this clip can go viral, or is it more so what they're saying, like the value that I want to post the value?
Great questions all around. Okay, so for starters, so the amount of content that I get, it depends. I will literally go film. Let's just take, for example, if I'm doing a video titled Asking Los Angeles Billionaires How They Got Rich, where typically, if you've seen my YouTube videos before, it's about 3 to 4 interviews with, you've got intro, you've got post snippets, you've got an ad integration either for a company or for our community, then you have an outro. So that video would take me typically 2 days to film, 2 to 3 days, depending on the volume of people that are out and the just amount of quality content that I get. A lot of people don't realize this, but I would say for every 1, maybe every 2 out of 10 interviews that I actually do, I post. So like I post maybe 20% of the interviews that I'm actually doing, meaning that in order to get 4 great interviews, I have to interview like 20 people, 15 to 20 people in order for me to get a usable interview, which can definitely take a lot longer than a day or 2. Sometimes it takes 3 days, depending on what city I'm in. If I'm in a great city where there's great foot traffic and there's an opportunity to like create a lot of like really good content, then I can get it done in a day. It really does depend on all that stuff. And I would say but this can be applied to any niche, being that like if you're able to get like a substantial amount of like content where it's you guys that are like balling, you guys are going back and forth, it's like a good game, it's good runs, and you're getting like a lot of it that's done well. And what I would do too is I would go like really study, like genuinely. I would go study like the top like basketball or sports YouTubers. Like, I'm trying to think about the one guy's name. Do you remember Cam Wilder was one of the guys? Yeah. But so, I know he's somewhat controversial. I don't know. I've liked his content, but he crushes it. But if you go watch these guys' videos, it's engaging from start to finish. Like you are genuinely like bought into him and the stuff that he's going to do. And now that he has the ability to like collaborate with, big streamers or big athletes, it's made it like a lot more fun to watch. So how much content you need to defend, it depends. I'll say this as well. If it's not a 10 out of 10, I cut it from a video. Meaning, and let me say this as well. I brought up the thing earlier about being like 8 minutes. Yes, you can make some extra money off of like the mid-roll ads. However, I am willing to cut out, I'm willing to post a 6-minute video if I don't have 8 minutes of great content. So don't just force it. Oh, it has to be 8 minutes. It has to be this long. Like, not. If you have a great 5-minute video where every part of it is 10 out of 10, then just do that. If you have enough content to make 12 minutes worth of content, then do that. For example, the most recent video I posted was 16 minutes long, but that was a total of, those were 4 20-minute interviews, which was 40 minutes plus, the snippets, the intros and outros. It's probably about 45 minutes worth of content that I cut down to 16 minutes. So I kind of determined that by going through all the individuals individually and telling my editor, I want these questions in this order, cut out everything else. And then we're going to transition into the post snippet, then to the next interview. And if there's any other B-roll or any other snippets where I'm like, storytelling, because that's the biggest thing with YouTube that I tell anybody, like you need to get really good at storytelling. So if you're with your boys, if you guys are playing, you guys are, you're documenting, you're showing you guys playing ball or whatever, like you need to like tell a story from like start to finish, because that's going to, again, get way more people bought into you, and it's going to help a lot with retention. So I would say, get great at storytelling. I would say don't focus on a certain length on what the video has to be. Yes, once you're monetized, if your videos are over 8 minutes, you can make, a bit more money, sure. But like, to me, I'd rather have a video that was 6 minutes that got 500,000 views versus a video that was 10 minutes that maybe it can make more money, but that video only gets 100,000 views. Like, I prioritize growth over money. That's with anything. Like, I would rather have a video get significantly more views that did provide value than a video that has a higher earning potential, because I prioritize the growth, like way over the money. So I brought that up, being that, like, yeah, if you have the ability to make a video, longer than 8 minutes, yes, you can get access to those mid rolls, which can double the earning potential on YouTube. However, like I said, prioritize growth over everything. And whenever you're making your videos, you're putting it together, whether it's you or you have a team editing it, I would get really like focused on like cutting out all the fluff, man. That's the biggest thing with YouTube, is that people, they just put a lot of bullshit in there, bro. Like a lot of fluff. Like, you got to cut out all the fluff. That's the biggest thing. Like, the reason why we're so successful on short form as well is our ability to cut down a 10-minute interview into the most, actionable, value-given, wholesome minute to minute and a half long video that we possibly can. But the biggest thing is, it's like, I'm immediately able to just start shredding off the minutes of the interview if the person I'm interviewing is like giving me answers, but it's like questions that, or the answers that they're giving me are like kind of like broad or generic. Like, I like to just put all the gems, put all the sound bites, put all the interesting stuff in. But just remember that, like, because this can be applied to your niche as well. This can be applied if you're doing a podcast and you're making podcast clips. Like, cut out the BS. Like, you want to be having all the sharp sound bites, all the sharp explanations, all the actionable advice, all the things where like your audience can get like a significant amount of like value and education from. So that's kind of what I would say, bro.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. I know you guys have to go, but real quick, for the questions, do you already have that planned, or is it just kind of like you just go back and you go based off of what they're saying? Like, just like
Both.
this conversation.
It's both, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because like a lot of the times, like, for example, like I'll be interviewing, you guys have seen Shark Tank. You guys know Barbara Cochran, or her name is, she's like the older white lady from Shark Tank. Like, we're interviewing her on February 5th in New York City. So like, I'll do my research on her and I'll go in there with a set of like, 5 to 10 questions. However, with any interview that I've ever done, if they give me a piece of advice that's talking about something that had nothing to do with my question set, my follow-up question is going to be about that. And we're going to dig deep. We're going to go specific. So it's important to have like a set of, in any interview that you do or any sort of question asking, it's great to have like a preset of like some questions that you can ask across the board. But it's really great if you can come up with a variety of, or you on the spot are able to innovate in the conversation and be very conversational, because that content's just gonna be a lot better anyways.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it, man.
It's both. Be conversational, ask questions based on the answers that you're given, but also like if you can think of great questions or really engaging ways to like open up a video, I think that that's really important.
All right. Thank you, man.
Absolutely, bro.
Heck yeah. Yeah, another thing that James does super well too is in asking his next question, you also demonstrate your expertise in the subject matter, which, dude, every time you ask like an authority demonstrating question, like I could see the person that you're interviewing just start smiling, start getting into the interview. They're like, oh, this guy actually knows some shit. Like I can actually talk to him about it. So yeah, love that. Next up, we got Miss Soraya. What is up, Soraya? What do you got for James?
James, so you know that I'm starting this podcast and I've set up like a business page on Facebook, because that's the only platform I know how to use at the minute, and on YouTube. And the question is, should I or can I keep my personal account just as personal with like my things that I like, gardening and my pets and stuff, or should I make that more relatable to my channel?
I would have two different channels. I wouldn't intertwine the two of them. So if you want to have Soraya, your own personal page that's relevant to you, your pets, your family, your travel, all that stuff, have that page be your own brand. And then you're going to have, a page dedicated to like the name of your podcast, where you're going to be posting like all the clips on there, all the different videos promoting that podcast, the longer form vision on YouTube. And so that's what I would do. I would definitely have two separate accounts. I wouldn't intertwine the two of them, because it'd be like, our channel, the School of Hard Knocks. If I just started posting videos of me, swimming in a beach, like people would be like,
oh no, I mean, like, so I went on your School of Hard Knocks one and then looked at your personal one to see how you'd done it, but noticed that your pictures were with your guests, not like pictures with your ma,
Oh, so in that instance, sure. If it's like your personal page where it's like not dedicated to like posting the videos, like I post pictures with a lot of the people that I interview, but that's just my like personal page. So like I keep Hard Knocks separate from my personal, but my personal will still, I guess you could say, slightly intertwined. Like I don't post any videos on there, but like I will post, pictures like with, for example, like posting pictures with Shaq or with, just some of like the people that we've like interviewed and done stuff with, Gary Vee and all that stuff. And I'll write like,
show your friends, your personal friends.
Sure. But on that same one, I'll also, like I posted pictures where I was like traveling to Dubai or, going on a trip to the Virgin Islands, whatever it may be. So like I would definitely intertwine the two of those. It doesn't hurt. And also too, like it gives people the ability to kind of like showcase what you're up to, not just in your like personal life, but hey, you started this new venture, you started a podcast, you're showing, a picture with the people that you're interviewing, and you can do a little plug as well. So go watch the full video out now. It's there, and that doesn't hurt at all.
Okay, cool. And how old are you again, James?
22.
When I interviewed 21 people, would you be the 22nd?
Absolutely.
For real?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you. That's it. I just didn't want to, I just thought, should I stop posting pictures of the veg that I've grown on my personal page?
You're good. You're good. Thank you, Soraya.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next up, we got 𝐏𝐀𝐑𝐓. Sorry if I butchered your name, bro.
Yeah, you're cool. Gaius Vaduva. Thanks for Thanks for what you guys are doing. Good job, both of you, for sticking it out. It's a marathon. So I have an insurance agency, and we serve the bilingual communities throughout the United States. We auto, home, business insurance, and we don't have a social media presence. We have over 10,000 emails in our database of clients and prospects of various different language groups. So give me a little bit of wisdom in terms of what social content would I want to create to offer value to my prospective clients. And then
You got muted.
Yeah, you muted yourself, bro.
sorry about that. What social content would I want to create to add value to my clients and prospective clients? And then would I want to create a faceless YouTube channel because I don't speak all those languages? What would you advise me to do?
What type of insurance is it?
Auto, home, business. Those are the main lines.
Okay, yeah. So the biggest thing is with insurance is that it can be slightly tough, being that it is kind of, I guess some people could consider it like more like a boring business, right?
Oh, it's a very boring business. That's what we love about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there's a couple different ways that I would go about this. So number one, obviously I would do like a lot of like educational content. So stuff that answers like common insurance questions, that demystifies like complex like topics. So, but it helps build trust. It helps build trust and attract like prospective clients per se. So like if I was, doing content for like auto insurance, I'd be doing stuff like, here are 5 things that people forget when buying auto insurance, or what to do after a car accident to file a claim. Home insurance, how to protect your home from a natural disaster, like lean into things that are like trending as well. So like people that are making content right now about insurance and like the LA wildfire are probably going super viral. And I'm not saying like you want to like use like a natural disaster,
Sure.
but like genuinely, it's like if you things that's like going on in the world that's like trending is going to enable like your content to like pick up a lot faster than anything else, right? And so business insurance could be like why every small business owner needs liability insurance, right? And just like talking about like all of the different things that you can do. So I would say provide quick, digestible information about all the different things that you can do, and also talk about, if you can, like certain like client stories or testimonials, wins that you've had, crazy like cases or something like that. And I think that that's kind of like where I would go. It's interesting. We have like a content agency, and for a while we were working with an insurance broker out in Kansas City. They do pretty well. They do like $30 to $40 million a year. And
Who's the broker, if I may ask?
Yeah, it was who was it? Vertus. Yeah.
Okay.
Vertus. But honestly, let me see what I can do here. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Where are you based?
We're based in Cleveland, Ohio, but we write all across the country, pretty much 28 states.
Okay.
Now, our specialty is we focus on the bilingual communities.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Our long-term dream is to serve 25 different language groups. And that was a second question, is it a faceless YouTube channel?
So there's actually platforms. I'll have to like find the name of it, but you can actually like partner up with certain people where they will completely like dub all of your channels, to where, okay, if you make the content in English, you could do the route of like going like the faceless model and doing having it like dubbed in like certain audios. You can do that, but I know that there's actually like platforms where you can have people that will either like partner up with you, or that you'll have to like pay for them to dub and automate the videos in like whatever language that may be. So is your widest like audience, is it Spanish speaking people, is it English, or what is it?
For right now, Romanian speakers, Russian speakers, Ukrainian speakers, Albanian speakers, and then we want to add more language groups.
Okay, so then that's probably your best bet then, is to have, you could do it in one, whatever the most prominent one is, and then you could either have it, transcribed and have the subtitles put on in that other language, or you could go the route of automating it where you have like an actual like, video with subtitles where the person is like saying the different information. But the biggest thing is again, like we said, like insurance is like a super boring business. I think it's funny, like the gentleman who was my client, he used to say that, like, whenever you're at like a get together and you're at like a get together, like a ball, and you mention you're like in the insurance business, people just like stop talking to you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Which
But I know how like immensely successful a lot of people in that business are. I mean, it's a great business.
the other thing that we were advised is talk about anything else except insurance in your content.
Absolutely. And that's the biggest thing is, do you have a lot of like agents that are at the office? Like, it's, so I would be trying to like make like other people there like a personality as well. Like, I know it may be kind of like difficult, but if you have like 2 or 3 people that are in the office that you can kind of like make, but yourself and some of the other like managing partners or whatever it may be, I would try and start having some of the people be like personalities, like genuinely, because it is hard to like scale insurance content. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. We've had a couple of videos go viral doing it before, but again, I think probably most of those videos were literally not making content about insurance, right? Because granted, like you can insurance is, I think, more SEO friendly, meaning it's like it's something that people like search up continuously because people always need insurance, right? So that's good in itself, as that it is evergreen to some degree, especially for like YouTube. But I would say for like the short form, I would be trying to make like yourself and a couple other people like branded as like the faces, but also like showcases your guys like personality and stuff like that. Like you could be a bit of it can be educational, but like be like controversial with it as well. Like I said, like I would leverage like things that are like happening in the world that maybe aren't like great, but leverage it in a way in which you can like talk about how you would have had a solution to that. So like talk about like, all the people in LA that didn't have such and such and like what happened to them. And like, but there's constantly events that are going on in which that I would like lean into. There's constantly, things that are like happening in the world or local with like people that, they got effed over because they weren't properly insured. So like, if you can, again, like lean into that and those like struggles, and like it's gonna like make it a lot easier for people to kind of like gravitate towards your content.
And then thank you for that. And the different languages, you're saying that I could dub myself, or try to get different personalities, because obviously we want to be as authentic as possible to the various language groups. Get different personalities that would speak that language, and then they recreate that video in their language.
Absolutely. So again, what you could do is for the bilingual content, you could just have the posts like translated either like through like AI to where like you could be the one doing it for like the main, like if you said it was like the Romanians, like I would have you or whatever, like the people making content, like I would have you guys do it to like go after that main subset, that main demographic, that main audience who are your guys' customers. But then you can, what was I going to say? You can then kind of like shift, or you can transcribe it. You can put captions on it that align with, like for like the other like languages, and that way, you can go to like the different demographics of people or like the different language barriers. That way you don't have to worry about the barriers, but you can have like other channels or like sub channels where like, it's your brokerage for Russia, your brokerage for, this language. So that way you have like all the different ones.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course.
That. Also real quick, Sky D said partially why Mr. Beast is so popular is that he dubs his videos in many languages, and he will get famous voice actors to do it and use them for all his videos, so it's consistent. Cool.
Yeah, it's just what Neil Patel talked about in the call last week, is that he was saying about like the globalization of content. Like he's like the first thing that he would do is like, dude, if you've crushed it in one market with one niche, it's like, go ahead and have somebody that's able to have that content transcribed and put into like other, languages for people to understand.
Absolutely. And fun fact for all you guys, I was actually in China until very recently, and I saw School of Hard Knocks content on Chinese platforms, just crushing it. It wasn't you guys, because they just did it without permission. But I think the team has been in contact with them. There's going to be a Hard Knocks Chinese, right, James? Or
Already at like 100,000 followers.
crazy. That's crazy.
Is the content in Chinese?
No, it's I'll show
It's
you.
all English.
All English, but it's just yes. Let me show you.
They've added Chinese subtitles to it. So
I see.
yes.
So it's literally like
So you want to consider dubbing James?
They already did.
Oh, they already did. Okay.
see like the Chinese in there. So it's like that, but like even like all like the captions are, you know, Chinese. So yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah. Alrighty. I don't know why the order got mixed up. I think next up we had Sam. Sam. Come on, brother. Thanks for your patience, man.
Sir. Hey, everyone.
What's up, Sam?
And hey, James. It's a pleasure to meet you, man.
Good to meet you, brother.
And I was want to ask a few questions about personal branding, right?
Okay.
So I'm currently a young entrepreneur and I'm working on creating my personal brand. And I was wondering what content or approach should I take to creating my personal brand when I do it?
Okay. Is there anything is there anything in specific that you are passionate about? Because personal brand is, you know, a wide spectrum. Like what type of content you want to be making? Like, is it for the ability to leverage it to build a business, or what exactly would be your goal in building a personal brand?
All right, so the business model that I'm approaching is scaling people's businesses with my personal brand, and I was wanting to show everyone my journey while showing them how I succeed in what I do, while keeping things motivational and educating people with knowledge that can help them succeed in anything that they're doing.
Okay, cool. Makes a lot of sense. For starters, there's a lot of creators that have done this really well. And in particular, the first one that comes to mind is 𝐏𝐀𝐑𝐓. I believe his Instagram is 𝐏𝐀𝐑𝐓. Kai, are you able to share your Instagram real quick? I want to pull up his account just to kind of show you an idea. If you can pull up Instagram, share your screen.
100%, bro.
Yeah, or actually TikTok. I'm sorry. Go to TikTok.
Go to TikTok.
TikTok.
What's his name?
Lucas 𝐿UKAS 𝐾𝐑𝐓 𝐾𝐀𝐑𝐓. Okay. All right. That's okay. Go to search and look up. You are in a different language, brother.
I am. 𝐏𝐀𝐑𝐓, like that?
Yeah, let me see. I follow him. I can tell you what it is. Yeah, 𝐏𝐀𝐑𝐓. That's it. Yep. Okay. So real quick, before we even go into this right here, I want to explain to him real quick. So what this guy does, go up to the top of his profile. So what this guy does is he does an exceptional job of he has documented his like entire process of going from broke college student to actually like building a company, of showing all of the ins and outs of what that process has been like, the times where he's lost money, the times where he's missed out on certain events, and really has just been like super transparent on you know, on everything. So let's just kind of like go through like a couple of these videos. Scroll down. I'll tell you when to okay, go up to that one right there. I gave away 10% of my company.
I just gave away 10% of my company to someone for free. I've been building this business for the past 2.5 years. We're currently valued at $10 million for this raise. And I just gave away 10% of our company to the founder of the fastest growing e-com and clothing brand of all time. This guy's business does what my business does in a year, every single day in terms of sales. And to be honest, he has every resource, every connection, every relationship, every bit of experience and infrastructure he needs to go and build our business on his own and get 100% of it. But instead, he decided to join our team, take some equity, sign a non-compete, and help us build our business too. So far, it's been insanely helpful, both in terms of strategy scaling and also in terms of raising money, because we're trying to raise 1.5 million right now. But it's a huge risk, both to us and to him. I have a really good gut feeling about it, though. I think this is going to be an insane year for our company. Let me know what you guys think, though. Would you just give 10%?
So again, how did he start off the video? I just gave away 10% of my company, right? So he understands, like, you have to start with like an effective hook, right? And then he tells a great story about, you know, bringing somebody in. So, and let's go down through a couple of these and then we can kind of like break them down. So here, let's see that one right there. Go up. Let's do the one with the background, SpaceX.
Elon Musk just gave out free Starlink for everyone in LA dealing with the fires. And all I'm seeing online is hate about why he didn't do more. You can call me a bootlicker, whatever you want, but how much did you do? Like, how much did you donate? Who did you give free internet to? How many other billionaires, politicians, celebrities are not doing anything to help people, but they don't have to deal with getting shit because their name isn't out there? You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. It's crazy to me to think that had he not helped people by giving away free internet service, people wouldn't be shitting on him right now. That is crazy to me. That is the equivalent of someone who's very wealthy going up, giving a homeless person $5, and then you, who didn't donate anything, telling him, well, why didn't you give him more? And the reason I bring this up is not even to talk about how Elon Musk is so great. The reason I bring this up is to, if you shit on people.
Okay, we'll do one more. Let me just see. Just keep scrolling down. Hold on, let me see. Let's do the one next to it. Failure versus missing out.
Okay. The feeling of missing out on something is so much worse than the feeling of losing. Like, I get it. Rejection, failure, losing, it all blows. But there's nothing worse, really, than watching that stock that you know you should have bought start taking off. Or like not wanting to go up and ask that girl out because you think she's too hot for you, she's too popular. But then a couple of weeks later, she's dating some boner and you ask her about it. And she's like, well, yeah, no one ever came up and talked to me. He was the first one. He was the only one that was willing to come say hi and ask me out. And it happens all the time. You only need to get it right once. That's the phrase that you should.
You're good, bro. You're good. So the reason why I wanted to pull him up is I think he does a really great job at overall building a personal brand. And, you know, you mentioned that you are in the process of like starting or building a company, but what he does is that, you know, I showed that first video about him talking about giving away 10% of his company. He's posted videos talking about how he lost $50,000 and having to take out a loan and all that stuff. But by him creating that transparency, it allows people to see the authentic side of him and being more relatable. So that's number one off the bat. The content that you make, you want to be like really authentic, you know, be super relatable. People much rather prefer authenticity than like perfection. I think it was like 59% of Gen Z users prefer relatable content. So the more that you can kind of like come across that crowd and you can be relatable with the stuff that you're making, very important. And your brand, I think the best personal branding advice was actually from a gentleman named Dan Henry. And he said that when you're building a brand, you know, who has the best personal brands? Superheroes. Because every superhero, they have a list of things that they fundamentally stand for and against. So you need to kind of like have that list down of certain things that you fundamentally stand for. I am for this, I am against this. And there's no middle line. So for example, when he made that video about Elon Musk, he picked his side and he ran with it. And he was not afraid to be a little bit controversial. That's another thing too that I would say. Authenticity is great, but don't be afraid to be controversial and have your opinion with your chest out. Because at the end of the day, like if you try and like play the line and be all, you know, soft and all that, like you're not going to appeal to like an audience. Controversy is not a bad thing. Like when you're creating content, obviously have it well thought out, have it, mean something to you. But I would definitely say, I think authenticity is important. I think controversy is not a bad thing. I think when you're building that personal brand, you know, like he made the video about Elon Musk. Well, what is he doing? He's leveraging an authority figure to make content about. Elon Musk is always trending. Elon Musk is one of the most famous people in the world. So him making a content about that and how people were, you know, shitting on Elon Musk, he's able to leverage that for, his ability to like make a reaction video too. So I think that that's important, you know, and he also gives this perspective on, like, he talked about failure versus missing out. He talked about FOMO. So I think that just be, you know, I think especially when you're building a personal brand, it's okay to be a little bit outside of just one niche. Now, if you're making a brand for the purposes of like to one day to like maybe like launch like a community, right? For example, like our brand is so consistent. So it's the same thing over and over again, obviously with different people, with different, you know, concepts and stuff like that, but it's very replicable. But I think if you're building a personal brand for the purposes of like just trying to attract like people to follow you for you, I think that it's okay to be a little bit dispersed in like the type of content that you're making, and that'll help you appeal to like a wide audience of different people.
All right, Sam, good?
Oh yeah, cut out for a second.
All right, cool. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. Thank you very much for that. All right.
Absolutely, bro.
You have an amazing one. All right.
Next up, we got Aisha, and then we're gonna finish up with Caroline. So, Aisha, welcome up.
Yeah, thank you. I was wondering, my question was more about, well, sorry for the noise. Those are my neighbors. Once you're exposed on social media, how do you protect your image? Like, how do you protect your image or the use of it on the internet?
So what do you mean? Like, how do you protect your image? Like like from what exactly?
Like, for example, lately I've seen how people use AI, like IA or I, to create like totally different scripts of what people had said like in the past. I saw a video where they used the voice of Brian Tracy for saying things like makes no sense with the things he talked on his speeches. So I was wondering, how do you protect yourself from this, or maybe from brands that want to use your videos to promote their products and all of that stuff?
Okay. Yeah. So again, you know, control the content that you post. So, you know, when you create content, whether it's photos, videos, posts, like retain copyright ownership. So this allows you to dictate like how exactly it's used. So if somebody's using it in a way to like promote or market something, I would message them and be like, yo, you can't do this. Otherwise, you now have the realm to pursue some sort of like legal action. For example, I've seen this where, you know, super famous podcasters like Joe Rogan, I've seen like companies, in particularly like cryptocurrencies, not any super legit ones, but I've seen them make TikTok accounts where they like do AI generated, you know, Joe Rogan podcast where they like completely like warp what he's saying and telling people to like go buy this cryptocurrency. So that company probably, legal purposes, people have the ability to like go after them. And I would say like the same thing for you. And if I ever saw like an account that was like using our stuff to like promote, I'll be honest, like I mean, it's at such a large scale now, and we really can't control it because there's like thousands of accounts that that take our content and just repurpose it on their platform. And every once in a while, like I don't mind it, especially if it's like a business page or a motivational page. Where I have the issue is I've seen accounts grow like 20, 30, 40, 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers on a platform, just taking every single video that we're posting, not crediting us, using our picture, using our logo as the logo. And it's crazy like how that actually works. But I think that, I mean, you can't, like, whenever you're creating content or your pictures are out there, your videos, like you're always at risk. Anybody, celebrities, anybody is at risk for their content to be warped, where somebody can AI generate what you're saying and all that stuff. That's why I think watermarking is smart. So like on all of our videos, we have like our little logo on the bottom right. But in terms of like legal protections, like you can, I'm pretty sure, register your content. Like if you are really worried about it, you can register your content and your brand name as trademarks or copyrights where it's applicable. So like you can have legal protection for any like of your intellectual property, and it gives you the legal standing to take action if any of your content is misused. So that's something that if you are really worried about it, you can do that. Also model releases, or that's for like content, but also like pictures as well. But yeah, I mean, you could definitely take legal action, like if you are really worried about that. But then, I mean, just make sure that your privacy settings are what you want. And then in regards to like management, like just monitor your brands. So like I would regularly search up your name, your brand online to see how it's being represented. Like if there's any negative content associated with it, and whatever it may be. I'm pretty sure you can set up like Google alerts or use social tools to keep track of mentions. So, and then try and respond to issues quickly if you can. But then all in all, I think as long as you're creating like a positive, like online presence and, but then just, limit, if you're worried about it, limit personal exposure. So, separate personal and business accounts, right? That's why people say like, keep your personal and professional profile separate. So that way you have more control of your image, how it's used in each context. And it ultimately like allows you to maintain, more privacy in your personal life, which is something that like a lot of people like they do like worry about, So yeah. And then I would just say in regards to like, maintain like a clear brand identity. So like ensure that your presence aligns with the values and the image that you want to portray for yourself. So consistent messaging, tone, and identity across all your platforms. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Right. Awesome. Awesome, guys. All right. Last but not least, let's bring up Caroline to round us out. Caroline.
Hi, James. Hi, Guy, and my fellow student here. So my question here, I have a YouTube channel, and I was wondering, like, what are some of potential blind spots or areas of improvement in my content strategy that could be contributing to the lack of growth, and how can I adjust my approach to better resonate my audience? I've been having a channel and I feel like it's not growing. Yeah.
Are you cool if we pull up your YouTube channel?
Sorry?
Is it okay if we pull up your YouTube channel?
Sure, sure.
Hi, if you could pull up the YouTube channel.
Karo Suji. No, Karo, just Karo. Yeah. Yep.
Is this it right?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
And so are you making content about like YouTube monetization?
Right now I don't have like a specific niche. I do mostly some motivation.
Sorry about that. Let me see. Give me a second, Kai. Okay. All right. So, okay. Can we play one of your recent videos real quick?
Sure, sure.
Kai, play one of the recent videos. I can't hear it. Is your volume on? Can you hear it, Kai? I can't hear it.
These couple
How about now?
of days, I've been struggling.
Can you hear it now?
Has your heart been unsettled? So this week, like the last week and this couple of days, I've been struggling with things that I do not know. I'm getting angry. There are things that I look at myself and I see like I've not accomplished and I need to accomplish things that some of them I don't even have a way to do them. And I have been struggling, but I did not know. So this morning, as I was doing my Bible study, as I was reading, I read Philippians 4 verse 19 that says that God will provide according to his riches.
Got it. So yeah, a couple things right off the bat. Number one, I would, if possible, are you filming off like an iPhone or what type of phone?
No, it's Android S10.
Okay, if you can start filming horizontal, I would definitely recommend doing that. YouTube videos, I would have them horizontal. I think that's like the first thing that I would do. Reason being is because any like longer form videos, like this is like a great, like the vertical format is great if you were making like a YouTube short or like an Instagram reel. But being that it's long form, the first thing that I would do is I would immediately change to horizontal film. Okay, does that make sense? Horizontal. So I would start horizontal. Second thing, if possible, I would again, you could do this super cheaply. You definitely are going to want some graphics, some B-roll. So for example, you know, like when you I thought what you did a really good job, what you executed on really well was when you talked about have you ever heard like your heartbeat, or you asked that like kind of like thought-provoking question that I thought was really good. So I would continue to like double down on those. Whenever you open up a video, I think the more that you can like open up with like those like thought-provoking questions or like hooks or statistics, you know, something like that, I think that that's a great way to get people engaged into your content. Okay. So I would, like I said, yeah, thought-provoking hooks. And then, you know, asking questions to start off the videos is great. Horizontal, I would say if you can add graphics and B-roll. So you're talking about, you know, the Bible study, have a picture of a Bible pop up, like stuff like that, I think is like little things that is going to be a lot better for like engagement and attention grabbing, because the more time you have graphics or B-roll pop up, whatever it may be. And that's why I would even say if you have the ability to, I would probably hire an editor to edit these videos, and you can just explain, hey, you know, and, you know, if you're making a piece of content, chances are somebody's done that, a very similar video. And so what you can do is, you know, go watch the video, but you can kind of like share it to, you know, the potential editor that you use as an example for like what you would be looking for in it. Okay. So I would definitely say a bit more consistency with like the graphics, the B-rolls, again, film horizontally. And then I would also say like thumbnails. We need to be optimizing our thumbnails a bit better. Kai, I'm sorry, could you screen share one last time, brother? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to end it. I wanted to just like actually see like her titles and stuff like that.
You chilling, bro. No worries.
Okay, so for your titles, right? Like, first of all, like anytime you like hashtags, that should not be in your title. That should be in your description. Okay, so all of your titles should just be like very straightforward. You know, they should be very like straightforward titles, but then they can also be kind of like crafty, right? So let's pull up an example. A friend of mine, he's done similar content to us. Look up Jordan Welch, Kai. I just pull up as an example.
Welch?
Welch.
Welch.
C-H.
Got it.
Okay. Yep, right there. So,
like,
okay. So you go to his videos, right? So, right. I'm just trying to like pull up an example of what I would do, right? Okay, stop there. So like if I started a YouTube channel in 2025, I do this, right? A thumbnail of him holding up his 1 million subscriber plaque. And then like just like look at all these, right? Like first of all, the thumbnails are super creative, but like top right, 11 life lessons from a young millionaire. The second row, getting rich is easy. Actually, like look at that thumbnail. Like look at how engaging that looks. I mean, all of these, keep scrolling down. Okay. My advice for people, young people who want to get rich, like they're just like super engaging and stuff like that. And I think that, you know, that's why a lot of these have done, you know, really well. So go back to the channel. Go back to her channel, bro. So yeah, I mean, I would just say like, you know, I would, if you can, get a thumbnail editor and get a video editor, because those are like the two biggest areas that you can improve on. And then like the videos themselves, I think that if you have an editor, and also like the YouTube editor is going to be so helpful, because like if there's any like gaps in you talking in your videos, like they're going to be able to cut that. Because remember, pacing is also very important with YouTube. So the more that you have like your videos that are like pacing very, very well and very quickly, and there's no like rooms for gaps or anything like that, I think that that's going to be like super, super helpful in what you're doing.
Thank you about that.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, Caroline. Rosaline had her hand up. Just one last question, James. If that's cool, I'll read it for you, bro. I want to make money with YouTube channels when YouTube is not monetized in my country. How to cope/circumvent that?
How big is your YouTube channel, if you can answer?
Do you want to come up, Rosalind? I'm not sure why you put your hand down, but we can bring you up real quick. How big is your YouTube channel?
How big is your YouTube channel? And then like what
Okay,
country?
hello. Okay, I haven't started the YouTube channel. Actually, it's a project. I'm thinking about it. So if possible, if I can have a YouTube channel, but after information, YouTube is not monetized in my country.
Where are you from?
So I'm from West Africa, especially from Togo.
Okay. And what is the purpose for creating the YouTube channel?
Okay, I would like to have the content I would like to develop is inspirational video, like positive affirmation and
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
If I were you, are you on like Instagram? Are you on other platforms posting content as well?
Not yet.
I would be posting on those before YouTube. Reason being is like the production process on YouTube is a lot more complex, being that it's significantly longer videos, and the fact that you can't even get like monetized on YouTube, you have a much better chance of growing a following on like Instagram, TikTok, and all those platforms, to where you could potentially, have a much better shot of like doing affiliate marketing or partnerships with other countries, and your pathway to monetization will be a lot faster. And you may be able to look and see if you are eligible for, or your country is eligible for monetization in the country in which you reside. So that's what I would do. I would start an Instagram channel and Facebook channel, and I would be putting that content on all platforms. And I would focus on, posting the motivational content that you want to post. And then, as you're starting to grow a following, then you can start to, leverage that to do other things, whether it's working with companies, whether it's, building your own products at some point, whatever it may be. But I think that would be, I wouldn't focus on YouTube right now. I would do the other ones, because it's way easier to grow doing short form content like Instagram and TikTok than it is YouTube. People don't really like YouTube is a long game. YouTube, like, it takes a while to, granted, you have one video that goes really viral, that can help a lot, but it is really a long game, and it's possible to crack, but it's not easy. It's not an overnight thing. That's why, like, the stuff that I'm saying about like the thumbnails and the intros, the way that you shoot the videos, the way that we keep them engaging, like that's all, because trust me, like when we first started doing YouTube, like, dude, we were sloppy. Pull up our YouTube channel and go down to the very bottom. And then you'll kind of see like what it kind of turned into.
Sure. Okay. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. But I guess it's for everybody. So if you go to the profile, go to the very bottom. So yeah, go to the very bottom. Like look at how chapped we look, bro. Like, so this was 3 years ago, and look at our thumbnails now, right? And now go up to the top, go to the very top, and now like look at them, right? Like you can see like the evolution and just how much we grew. And now, like I mentioned to, I don't know if she's still on, I think it was Yvonne, or I don't think she's here anymore. But anyways, I had mentioned to her, right, like the importance of like having a preview. Go ahead and click on one of these videos if you can. Not these. I don't even want to watch. I can't even look at these. If you go closer to the top, you could probably pull up like I'll tell you which one to do. Let me see. Scroll down. Let me see. I guess you could go up. You can do the most recent one. Go ahead and do the one in Dubai that we just did.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, question for you. Is this your yacht?
I want
Yeah. And what line of business are you in out here in the UAE?
I have multiple businesses.
Multiple companies? How many?
8.
What was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
I would say almost $5 billion.
$5 billion. And for those that don't know, what industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Yeah, I was the world's first billionaire from medical marijuana from cannabis.
Actually,
Yes, actually.
so you're a billionaire.
Yes, I hope so.
Is this your Rolls Royce?
It is one of my Rolls Royces. Why?
So this is one of your Rolls Royces?
One of my Rolls Royces.
How many Rolls Royces do you have?
I have 6 Rolls Royces.
What was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
10 billion dirhams.
Are you a billionaire?
I suppose I'm a billionaire, yes.
You're a billionaire.
Yeah.
How can somebody own a yacht in today's world?
Hold up. You gotta play it.
Guys, in one of the wealthiest cities in the entire world. Dubai. And today, I'm going to be going all over the wealthiest parts of the city to interview millionaires and billionaires to figure out how they created their wealth out here and how you can do the exact same thing going into 2025. So with that being said, let's get this video on the way.
Should I keep playing?
No, well, I mean, just play it for like 10 seconds. So, and I'll kind of like break down like the framework again. So hold up. And then it goes right into the, okay, yeah, you can pause it now. So again, super engaging like preview that's like 30 seconds to like a minute long, right? That preview where I'm showing like the highlights, the best of the best that's in the video, right? Have your preview. Then it goes into coming soon. Then it goes into intro, where it's like, okay, this is the video, this is what we're doing, and then boom, show some B-roll, and then we're going right into the video. So like, everybody who's on YouTube, I would have some sort of like preview, because that's going to be like really engaging and getting people to like watch your content. So that's what I would say. But yeah, I mean, again, like if you go back to like our channel, I think like it's important to like go down all the way to the bottom again, even though I may have to close my eyes. But okay, so Kai, do you have any idea on who is making all this content?
It was you three switching off, right?
Yeah, and we were making these terrible thumbnails. Keep scrolling up, keep scrolling up, keep scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up. So like, as you can see, when did we have like our first video that started to do well? Well, and guess what? And that video was made by somebody else other than us, or that thumbnail was. So, and then if you keep scrolling up, you'll see like our first big video was the one with Todd on it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I think, or you go down one more. Right there, the one with Todd on the bottom left. Yeah, 830,000 views. See that? I mean, that's like when it really started to like, our YouTube really started to take off. But, and then if you scroll up, and then you can see like the evolution of like how the thumbnails just gradually, get better and better. Like that one, like meet the most interesting man on the planet, right? Like the guy's an ER doctor. The video owns like 13 businesses in Houston. So like, that's really like, play that video.
Hey, excuse me, bro. Is this your Rolls Royce? What do you do for a living? Meet the most interesting man on the planet, otherwise known as Abdullah Kudrath. Over the last decade, AK has not only been an emergency room doctor, but he has emerged as one of the most prominent entrepreneurs throughout Houston, Texas, by creating over 7 companies.
We've got a Lamborghini Urus SUV with a wide body kit. Over here, you see a red Ferrari 458, naturally aspirated. This is definitely my childhood dream car. So this is the Lamborghini Diablo.
I sat down with him to figure out how he was able to build multiple 8-figure businesses, all while being able to save lives on a weekly basis.
The first time I felt like I needed to go from being a doctor to a businessman was actually when I was doing a medical trip in East Africa. I realized as just one person, as one doctor with a medical bag, I could really scratch the surface of any real problem. But I realized if I could learn how to build institutions and understand operations, I can build entities that last a lot longer than I can last.
AK revealed to me some of the most fascinating lessons that he's learned from being a doctor for some of the wealthiest people in the entire world.
People don't care about anything when their health is on the line. And that's actually really important because we can really get caught up in our pursuit for business and money. Millions of dollars, and they just struck it big and millions are coming in. And they're telling me, Doc, that means nothing to me. I wish I could just have my belly back. This guy had stomach cancer. Because I'd trade it all if I could have my belly back.
In this interview, you will learn from one of the most successful entrepreneurs throughout the entire country how to find success and create wealth, no matter what industry you are in. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of 10 Questions with a Millionaire. I'm James, and I'm out in Houston, Texas with a very special guest. We're here with AK today, who's an ER doctor, but he's not just an ER doctor. He's also a serial entrepreneur, owns and has been building tons of businesses over the last numerous years out in Houston, Texas. So could you give a little bit of an introduction, a background on yourself, where you started and kind of what you're doing today? Because I will say you're probably one of the most interesting persons I've ever had.
You can pause it. You can pause it. So again, I just wanted to show that again, because you saw like start to finish of that like preview was me building this person up to be like, I don't know if you guys were just clicking on that video, you may want to stay and watch a little bit of it because of like how interesting like the preview was by selling the person that I'm interviewing. And that's really the same way that whenever you guys are making your videos, I love the idea of having a preview because it enables you to like sell the video a bit more as opposed to like just jumping in and not really having like a super engaging thing. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to like show that, show a little bit of like the evolution of like the channel, but then also like some stuff that's like really worked for us and kind of how you guys can implement some of the same things.
Okay, thank you so much, James. And then another fear that I have is how do I handle my face on the social media? Because most often I'm afraid of the camera. I don't want my face to be out there, but I don't mind having my voice out there, but not my face. How do I handle that fear?
Well, I mean, I really don't know what to tell you other than like, I would recommend like starting to like get comfortable revealing yourself. I know it's not easy. Maybe it doesn't seem that way. But if you are serious about wanting to grow and build a brand, especially a business, right? Like if you want to talk about like marketing a product or you want to get a partnership with a company, whatever it may be, you are so much more likely to land that partnership, to land that deal, and to sell that product if you are the one, if people can attach it to a face, right? It's way harder to push something if you are, because then otherwise, like, what are you going to post? Like, if it's just a voiceover, you could do the YouTube automation, but I don't think people realize like it's actually really expensive to start because you have to pay for, getting all the B-roll. You have to pay for getting the editors to do it. So, versus like if you're able to even just like sit in front of a camera and talk to it, well, there's no cost to do that. You can start from day one. So I would say, I mean, look, you need to just get serious with yourself about, hey, what do I want to do? How can I change? I think somebody just put a good link in the chat. Yeah, I would just try and, you got to just get used to it. All it takes is 1, 2, like, everybody's video 1 is different from their video 100 if they were consistent. So, your first video is probably not going to be great. Your second video may not be great. Your first 10 might not be, but over time, you're going to gradually get better and better and better, and you'll pivot and you'll figure out what works and you'll double down on what works and you'll get to success.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, James.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Awesome. Cool. Dude, James, I loved that each of the questions and the answers went to the next one. That was the smoothest one in the Dubai one, bro. Like just the scene changes with the questions, bro. That was super smooth.
What that does too is like, for example, like the guy that made 5 billion, like I asked him, what did you, for those who don't know, what industry did you pursue a career in? and it cuts to the other guy answering, but then he doesn't even say what he does. So then that creates that like curiosity for the people watching. It's like, damn, I gotta watch until, and he's the last guy in the video. So it, like, people are gonna like want to watch and wait to see what he has to say, you know?
It was phenomenal, dude. Very intentionally designed. Awesome, awesome. Guys, I really appreciate you all. I did say I was gonna cut it with Caroline, because James has been on for like 4 hours now, just nonstop, dropping insane game for you. If you want to book a one-on-one with James, he is available for one-on-one sessions through us at the School of Mentors. So definitely give James some love. And if you want further amazing value from James, find him right here at that link. But yeah, any closing words, James?
Man, Elias, yes, there will be a recording call. I saw somebody say which software is the best to use with editor. If you're editing the content yourself, use Adobe Premiere Pro, but I would recommend hiring somebody if you can to do that. But no, guys, like I said, I think every month the goal is to do something related to like media and content creation within the community because of how important it is. So I'm, happy to be able to get on, once a month and just kind of help people break down their content and just kind of like answer questions. Like I said, I bring in the business people every week because they know the ins and outs of business. I know a lot about business, but like I really, really know a lot about, social media, the algorithms and all that stuff. So yeah, I look forward to connecting with everyone again, seeing everybody soon. This upcoming week on, I believe, the Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, we're going to be hosting a live call with Pace Morby, who's one of the biggest real estate entrepreneurs in the country. His business does 150 million a year, and he's extremely tactical, extremely savvy. So Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern time in the morning will be our next call with a crazy good entrepreneur. So I look forward to seeing everybody there, and I hope everybody has an excellent weekend.
Let's go. Hey, everybody, if you could please turn on your cameras and show James some love real quick. Just appreciate him for all the value that he dropped today. Let's show James some love, guys. So let's turn this on.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, James. Yeah, really appreciate it.
Absolutely, guys.
Thank you so much, James. Thank you.
Appreciate you, James.
Of course, man.
Appreciate it.
Have a
Thank you
good
so
one,
much,
guys.
James.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
Absolutely, guys.
Let's go. Let's go. Guys, also, I want to say James just got back from Dubai. Is probably insanely jet lagged, but he still made it for this call. So massive kudos to you, James. Appreciate you, bro. And I'm actually going to turn this into a networking session, but James, you're good to go, bro. I'm just going to help some more people connect with other members. But bro, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday.
Alrighty. Oh man, dude held on for 4 hours. That was crazy. Oh, geez. I wanted to share something with you guys as well. If you know Pexels, you guys heard of Pexels? PEXELS.com. Pexels is great for some of the best free like stock photos and stock videos. You can get some really, really amazing B-roll on Pexels as well. So check this out. Like we were talking about Caroline's Bible thing. Like you could get some nice Bible B-rolls and it's free. Like you could just throw this into your video. It's really amazing. So check out Pexels. It's a really, really great resource for stock photos and stock videos. But with that, appreciate everyone staying on. If you guys want to stay on for a little extra longer, meet some other fellow members, feel free to. If you got to bounce, go ahead and bounce. It's all good. No worries. I'm probably going to break us out into some breakout rooms so that you guys can meet some other members just for a little bit. Jack, you're free to go too. If you want to dip, if you want to stay, it's all good. And then guys, what I would love for us to do is I'm going to break us out into some breakout rooms, probably 4 to 5 people per room. And then if you would do a quick self intro, a little bit about who you are, what you do, and a fun fact about yourself. And then you can start talking about whatever you want to talk about. So let me give you an example. NK actually saw me do it earlier, but yeah, I would say something like, hey, what's up? My name's Kai. I'm the School of Mentors community manager, and I was actually made in China. But don't worry, the quality's good, 100%. It's like I was made in Germany. Engineering's fantastic. And I came to the States when I was 6 years old, went to UCLA, graduated with a degree in communications and a minor in entrepreneurship. I think I'm probably one of the few in the world to actually be using what he studied in college. And my fun fact is I do enjoy singing in the style of Elvis, Nat King Cole, and Frank Sinatra. So something like that, guys. And now let's break out into these breakout rooms. I'll pair you up with some fellow members, and then you guys can start meeting some fellow members. So let's do this. Let's make, we got 25 people. Let's make 5 breakout rooms. Go ahead, guys. All right. Feel free to cruise over, meet some new members. Okay. Is everyone else just chilling here? Uh-oh, we got some people in like rooms alone. That's not good. Let me move them to some other rooms. Room 4. Move Martin to room 4. Lisa, I'll move her to room 2, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. James, go ahead. Move to room 1. Preparing to make that bank. Let's go. Let's go. Aisha, I'll move you to room 2. James, you can move to room 2. Rahul, you can move to room 2. Okay. Cool. Huh. And then everyone else, I guess, feel free to just chill. Do whatever you're doing. Stay in the bathtub. Stay on the toilet. It's all good. Eddie's with my mentor right now, preparing to make that bank. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Rahul said, if you have to hop off shortly as well, I can host. I appreciate that. All right. Let me go and check in on some other people. These other rooms. Let's see how we're doing. All right. What's up? Welcome back, Isa. All right. Let me see where everybody else is at. Eddie, what's up? Troy, Janelle, don't know if you're still there. What's up? Martins Comel.
Yeah, sorry, we just went out by accident. Can you join us again, please?
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You're good. I actually closed the breakout rooms.
Oh, why? Okay. Okay.
Welcome back,
Thank you.
guys. MK, Simon, James, Troy, Treza. What's up? What's up? Elias. Hey, welcome back. Alrighty, guys. I am going to probably end this call soon, but if someone wants to keep it going, I can actually make you host. So does anyone want to keep this going? And then yes.
I'm gonna close up now, but what I want to say to you, Kai, thank you very much for making me come out my comfort zone.
For sure, man.
You know, I tried, and I was getting some good comments. So, you know, I appreciate me being able to come out my comfort zone, and hopefully, you know, you can host more of these so we can all grow together and build together.
100%, bro. Yes. And yeah, you did phenomenal. I came in to just check on how everybody was doing. You were hosting like a natural, dude.
Definitely not a natural one. I was trying. I had to do you proud. I had to do you proud. And myself.
You did phenomenal, bro. Seriously.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Well, it's half. It's
Yeah,
half
he's a
12. It's half 12.
natural.
Say that again. Sorry.
You're
did
a
you say?
natural.
No. She's a natural. No. I'm trying, but thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
thank
But
you.
it's half 12 in England now, so you know, I've been on here since 6 o'clock with Kai. So you know, so I'm gonna have a break now. But thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see everybody soon.
Yeah, bro. One last thing for you before you go.
No problem.
When people are complimenting you and like, just put it in your heart, bro. Don't reject it. Just take it. Because like, if it's a spontaneous, unplanned compliment, that's a revelation of truth. It's not like a planned thing. So just put in your heart and keep walking, bro. You got this.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I think you actually did great as a
Yeah,
host.
because he was actually saying that he doesn't have the capacity to do something on video, but it's actually the opposite. I think he really has good video personality, and he should try.
Hey,
wait, I'm hot.
you're making my man blush at 12 p.m., 12 a.m.
It's 1 a.m. here.
I really don't do camera. When I'm teaching children, I actually do. I actually love it. But in front of adults, for some reason, you know, I actually clam up. But as I said, it's a skill I have to build. And I used to do public speaking back in the days before I put myself back before as I said, before I used to do public speaking, and then what happened is something dramatic happened to me. Then from there, I kept myself in a toy shell. But I think this group here is gonna help me to build my confidence once more, and actually, as I said, show the world what I'm able to do.
Let's go. Let's go. And I want that for all you guys.
Definitely.
Yes. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging. And yes, I will see you guys in the community then. Does anyone want to keep it going? I can pass you the host and then you can keep it going. But I got to dip out and get some
And
rest.
me. Also, Kai, I just want to say thank you to you for being on for so long and being so you know, committed to us too. And you know, you're a really great host. So I've got a lot to learn from you. So you inspired me. So thank you very much too.
Yeah, he's like the made in China Steve Jobs.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I appreciate you, Elias, with
Yeah,
the
man.
turtleneck to come and everything too, right, guys?
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Thank you very much, people. Take care and I'll see you
So
soon.
turtleneck over here.
Oh, you got one too. Oh, okay. Oh, we got four in it. We got four turtlenecks in here.
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's
Steve
go.
Jobs in here.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm
All
gonna
right,
dip out
take
then.
care. Thank you.
Take care,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Hope you had a
Bye.
good
Bye.
time. See you soon. Bye.